A to Z, get to know me. Hi everyone, this is Casper the Boy Diviner here today, and I'm here to do a little tag. I think this has been going on for a while. I am always a bit hesitant to do tags just because I don't know how interested people would be, especially when it has to do with me and not tarot or some sort of material item. But I thought I'll give this a go because I've seen a few comments asking me, hey, how old are you? And other more personal questions, and that therefore I thought this tag would make some sense. So the tag name is Tarot Tubers A to Z. Okay, I feel like this angle is a bit strange. Okay, I think this is a bit better. Okay, I just switched angles. The angle didn't work out. You might have seen me. I don't know if I edited it out, but whatever. It's actually by Simon of the Hermit's Cave, and I really enjoy his channel. Thank you so much for starting this tag, especially because it's not really like super tarot related, so it really helps us share more about ourselves to everyone else. Let's go ahead and start with A. A is age. So how old am I? I saw a recent comment asking me how old I am, and well, I'm 30. So a lot of people do say like, oh, you're still very young, you're still starting on your journey. You're so lucky to have found tarot at such a young age. Hello guys. I found tarot when I was 28. I wasn't young. I wasn't young then, and I'm not young now. I was interested in tarot when I was at a much younger age, but I think my parents didn't feel like it was an appropriate hobby for me to go into. They did buy me books about how to be a psychic though, so I don't know I don't know, but my parents love me a lot, and that's why I'm really appreciative that they support me in whatever I'm doing, including this tarot thing. Okay, I'm 30. I've gone through quite a bit in life already. I mean, there's still a long way to go. Hopefully, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on this planet. I feel like I've gone through a lot and I haven't learned enough. I am not as experienced as I wish I am at 30, especially with my craft, since I really only started maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, I didn't find tarot when I was 28. I always remember that date wrong. Somehow, I keep thinking I've only done tarot for 2 years, but I've been doing tarot for 3.5 years. I don't know if you heard that. That was thunder behind me. What an ominous message. I don't know why I ramble so much about age, so let's move on to B. B, what is your favorite book? My favorite book is this one, Norwegian Wood. This is a new version, a new copy. I have the older copy there. It's gone very yellow. I never made any markings in that one. But for this one, I am gonna put some notes in it. Okay, it's a lovely book. If anyone has not read Murakami, this is his most accessible book. If you have read his other books and they didn't work for you, you might want to read this one. One of the reasons why is because I am one of the characters in the book. Okay, I'm overreacting. I do identify a lot with one of the characters in this book. If you read this book, you'll read about this character called Midori, and I think I spoke about this experience about Midori playing her guitar and singing. And I felt like that was a false memory for me as well. What happened in this book and what happened then. If I remember which video it is, I will put it up in the upper right corner. I don't know which side. I think it's this one, but yeah, you'll see it. Okay, but this is really a wonderful book, and I don't know if this favorite book thing is asking about your favorite tarot book or something like that. But I think I've talked about my favorite tarot books and witchy books a lot. I just wanted to share with you a personal favorite of mine. This one. Really good book. I would reread it. I have reread it many times. A second runner-up is really Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. That one is really wonderful as well. I would say those two are my top favorite. But if you force me to pick one, I would have to say this one. And I don't know why exactly. It's less... Both books are meandering. So if you don't like meandering books, you might want to not read it. But this one is a bit less meandering, I feel. Okay? So moving on to C, the career you wanted to be when you were a kid and what it is now. When I was a kid, I really wanted to be a writer. I really wanted to write a novel and be a famous writer. I used to do a lot of online text-based role-playing boards. I role-played with people from the US, many different countries. But because of time zone reasons, I'm always like lagging behind a bit and people weren't as keen to play with me. But it helped me a lot in my writing skills. And then now, what am I doing? I'm a technical writer. It's a really different type of writing. I don't know if this is my dream yet. I'm only 30. I feel like I have so much potential. I feel like there's so many places I want to go. There is a tarot book in me waiting to be born. It's just waiting, and I'm not sure how to approach it because everyone has said everything about the tarot, and I'm just trying to think about what unique spin do I have on it. and I haven't found that yet. Yeah, let's see what happens. But I used to want to be a writer, and now I'm a writer. It's just a different kind of writer than I thought. But at least, I've come close to it. I used to do different things. I used to be a financial compliance consultant. I used to study accountancy. I used to study banking and finance. And then now I'm in the technology company. My interest runs, I hope the thunder isn't too distracting, but my interests run everywhere. Okay, let's move on. D is for dream. I don't know if this is like when you sleep and you dream about something, or is it like a childhood dream or a current dream that you have? Yeah, I don't know, but I think one of my biggest dreams right now is to really establish my YouTube channel, learn how to create more authentic, better, useful content, and then slowly branch out my small little tarot business, which is now currently just doing readings for people. I don't get many customers. I only do remote readings, so a lot of people in Singapore are not comfortable with that. But maybe I'm hoping to teach tarot in the future, branch out more and more, and slowly grow this side thing so that it becomes my main thing. I don't know if that's too ambitious. I don't know if that sounds pompous on camera, but it is my authentic dream, and every one of you liking and subscribing and commenting really helps me, at least encourages me to chase this dream. Okay, so thank you for all of you who have watched to this point. I don't know how many minutes has it been, but you watching until this point means so much to me. Thank you. E for essential item. So my essential item, I wanted to say Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi without a device is useless, so I would have to say Wi-Fi and a phone. So I would say my phone with everything that I already have on it, which is all my apps and my SIM card with the connection. So that is my essential item. I never go anywhere without my phone. I think it's crazy. I don't know how people do that. My parents often leave their phones at home and just go out. I don't know. It's a different generation. Okay, it's a different generation. Okay, favorite RWS deck is the Borderless RWS. Let me know if you want to see more of it, if you want me to talk about it, if you want me to give you a review of the Borderless RWS deck that I have. I don't have it on hand right now. I'm clearly not super prepared for this video, but I think you guys know which one I'm talking about. I'll put a picture of the one I have up there. Okay? The next question, gold or silver? I will say gold. Most of my decks have gold foiling or gold details or gold finishings. Even though I do like silver as well, I feel like silver is more understated. I'm drawn to more gold. Okay, what's my height? I'm pretty short. I'm only 168 cm. I don't know how much that is in feet and inches, so you can run a converter, or maybe I'll just put it up here, whatever it is. Okay. I for ideal day. I don't know what's an ideal day. An ideal day is when I wake up early and not lie in bed. I get up and I have a good meditation session on my little bench. And a good one where I remember that I am meditating all throughout. It happens maybe once a year, this meditation session, but I really hope I get better and better as I practice more. I find that when I revise my meditation stuff, it gets better for a while, and then I kind of lose that motivation. So I do need to motivate myself again soon. And then after that, I go to the gym. I have a great workout where I lift the weights I'm supposed to lift easily, and I feel like my body is being worked. I feel like my body is growing, that there are eye candies at the gym. And then I come home, I do productive things. Productive things makes me happy, even though I keep getting distracted by games. Ideal day is when I do productive things. So some of the productive things I kind of want to do right now is study tarot, study the thoughts, study my feng shui, make notes from my feng shui, and my 八字, work on my craft, give offerings, I see my parents, talk to them, maybe see my grandma, and then I'll go to bed. I would say that's an ideal day. I don't use the word friends very much because I am quite a guarded person, but also maybe see my friends. I don't have to meet them because I love staying at home, but texting them helps a lot. I like texting people. I like video chatting with people sometimes, and not in real time. I like it when I video something, check it, make sure it looks okay, and then send. I prefer that kind of discussion. Moving on from J is joke. Funniest joke, and I don't have any jokes. Okay, I'm not a prepared joke person. I'm more of a spontaneous person. When my friends laugh with me, it's usually just because I'm really thirsty. Of course, that doesn't come out on my YouTube channel. I don't talk about how thirsty I am or how single I am. I will be talking about that later. I think relationship status is right there, but that's what me and my friends talk about, and we laugh about it. Okay. Moving forwards, kids, zero. No kids. Don't see any kids in future. Don't see any kids coming in future. Yeah, I don't think it's in my cards, even though I kind of am considering it, but in Singapore, it's not an easy way for me to have a kid, okay? Living arrangements, I live with my parents. It is quite common in Singapore for you to live with your parents until you get married. And I don't see marriage happening for me as well, so I don't know when I'll be moving out. A single person only can buy a house when we're 35. No, I mean, we only can buy a government sanctioned house at 35, and private housing is super expensive in Singapore. Like I can't buy anything at all. I'm not even kidding. Like after doing all the math, I have around like 300,000. Okay, I can take a loan for about 300,000 USD, but that is not enough to get a one-room apartment in Singapore. Okay, a private one. So there's no way for me to get a house right now. Staying with my parents is the only way for me to have shelter and live a good life. Because of recent happenings, I think I talked about it. My parents' health scare. I kind of am okay staying with them. I used to just want to move out, have my freedom, blah blah blah. But right now, I think the best time is for me to stay in Singapore, stay in my parents' house, and then if I am so lucky to have the money to buy a house, I would buy it first and then see what to do next. Okay, next, Marseille deck. This is not okay. What's my favorite Marseille deck? My real favorite Marseille deck is the Dodali Tarot. And the version that I want is really expensive. So I think I calculated it was around 160 Singapore dollars. It's about 130 USD or 120 USD to ship to Singapore as well. So I can't afford it. Not only can I not afford it, I am saving up for it, but things keep coming up. Like I will save up $90 USD and I'll buy the Mythical Creatures Tarot, for example. I'll save up to 80 USD and then I see some grimoires that I really want for 40 USD and I buy that. So it's such a struggle to save up to 130 USD. That seems to be the threshold for me. And right now, I have this to save up for, along with Fantastic Menagerie, which has a discount until it comes out. So I kind of need to buy the Fantastic Menagerie first before I can buy this Dodali Tarot that I really want. I don't know when I can buy it. And my biggest fear is that once I have the money, it goes out of print. So right now, my favorite Marseille deck that I own is the Triumphi Luna de la Luna. And I think you guys have seen this deck. I'll put up a quick link up there, but here. It's not a true Marseille deck, of course. Oh, this is the Oracle. So sorry. It's not a true Marseille deck. But at least it's styled in a Marseille way. So I really enjoy this one. I haven't used much of it just because I'm not good with Marseille and I still translate all these to the RWS meanings. There's no right or wrong on how to read the Marseille, but to me that's kind of wrong. Like I don't feel like it's right. Moving forwards from the Marseille deck, let's talk about nicknames. N for nicknames. People in real life, they call me by my Chinese name. They call me by Casper, which is also a name that I use. Some friends call me Cassie or Caspi. Oracle decks. One of my favorite Oracle decks right now that I own is this one, the Open Portals playing card deck. I really like this deck, but I don't really use Oracle as much as a Tarot. I kind of always forget about Oracle decks. And it's so hard to learn a new system, you see. An Oracle deck that is sort of my favorite without owning it would be the deck for Wonder Walking by Amy Tuan. But it's really expensive. It's really expensive, guys. And because of my depth here, I don't feel like I should be getting that one just because I know I wouldn't be using it. Like I know it deep in my heart that I'll be using the Tarot in the end. Passionate about a lot of things. Passionate about work. Passionate about being the best person I can be in this lifetime. Passionate about magic. Passionate about craft. Passionate about the Tarot, feng shui, 八字, reading. Passionate about learning. You know, passion is not enough. There's a lot of discipline that is required for all these things, and that's what I'm lacking. Discipline and a way to cut out the distractions. Quote. Okay, I have my commonplace book right here. So I'm gonna pick a nice quote. Okay. If you watch Steven Universe, I think you guys know that I'm crazy for this show. Steven Universe, Rose Quartz says this. So she's talking about gems, and gems are who they are, aliens who are not on Earth. When a gem is made, it's for a reason. They burst out of the ground already knowing what they're supposed to be, and then that's what they are forever. But you referring to human beings, you're supposed to change. You're never the same, even moment to moment. You're allowed and expected to invent who you are. What an incredible power. The ability to grow up. And therefore, as a human being, we need to learn how to grow up, we need to learn how to invent ourselves, and we need to always be improving and becoming a better person. That's what I feel. Since we have this chance, since we have the ability to self-reflect, it is our duty to become better. Oh, I don't know. Was that too heavy? I don't know. Let's move on. Relationship status, single, forever single, never been together with anyone before. I don't know. I don't think I'm easy. I don't think I'm an easy person to date. I don't think I'm an easy person to handle one-on-one. I'm always a bit awkward chatting with people one-on-one, and it's a bit tiring. I tend to have more fun in groups. I tend to chat more in groups. Somehow, even in groups, I've been thinking about this, like no one really reaches out to me one-on-one if we are in a friend group. Whereas they talk to each other one-on-one. I'm always like on the periphery, I feel. It's not a bad thing, it's just who I am. And maybe that's why I'm finding it so hard to really have a connection with someone one-on-one. And it tends to be always when, it tends to never be reciprocal if there's some romantic intention. Either they like me or I like them, and then it doesn't go the other way. Well, I've done a few like love readings, and so far nothing has really helped out. So if you guys have an intuitive hit, some random advice, please share, but don't tell me that I'm too picky, because that's one of my pet peeves when people tell me I'm too picky. So I don't know what too picky means, because I only can like the people I like, and I don't feel like there's a way to force yourself to like someone that you don't. I don't understand how that works, you know. I'm gonna move on. I don't want to get too angry here, because I am angry about Book Depository, and I might share a video soon about why I'm so angry with Book Depository. Okay, let's move on. Not important. Season. We only have two types of seasons in Singapore: wet and hot, or slightly less wet and hotter. These are the only two seasons I have, and I don't particularly enjoy either. Okay, I've been in other countries where it's like late fall, December, and spring also. I feel like those seasons are nice, but I can't really tell until I lived a full year abroad and know all the 4 seasons throughout. I feel like that's what I need to do before I can answer this question. So moving on, tarot first and last. My first tarot was actually the original Rider-Waite-Smith. Super ugly deck, never connected with it. Once I bought it, I was like, no, I'm not into tarot, and I stopped. Okay, so I don't really want to count that. So I would say my first tarot deck would be Lines Rider Tarot. That was my second, but that was the only one I really started using. Okay, and my latest tarot deck, I think my latest tarot deck is the Mythical Creatures Tarot. Let me grab it. The Mythical Creatures Tarot. I'm sure you guys have seen this on my Instagram, seen it on my YouTube as I cover it, reviewed it. What a fantastic deck. Moving on, upset. What upset you the most? People saying that I'm picky in love. People who are rude, bad customer service, Book Depository upsets me so much. Recently with pre-orders. What else upsets me? People who... just a lot of things. I'm easily upset, so I don't really show it because there's no reason for me to be upset on camera. I'm alone here, but there are so many things that upset me. Emotional vampires upset me. Oh my god, like I get so drained talking to emotional vampires, and I really don't know how to help them. Okay, let's move on. I don't want to continue. Vlog. Which one are you most proud of, and which is your most popular? Guess what? I only have one vlog, and you can check it out right there. There are no other vlogs. I don't know how to vlog. It's awkward vlogging, and I want to try more. I even bought a vlogging gimbal, but I haven't really used it because I don't know. I have nothing really to say, I guess, when I'm traveling from a place to place, and I like to stay at home, so I don't really do anything exciting. Weakness. I have many weaknesses. One of my weaknesses is finishing, so I'm trying to read this book called Finish to try to learn how to finish stuff. I like starting things. I like starting a new project. I can't seem to commit. YouTube is one of the things I told myself last year. I'm gonna commit to this and try to produce 2 videos a week. And I've committed to it since July, and that's why I feel like there's some growth in my channel. People have noticed that. It is one of the few things I've committed to, and try to lay down my perfectionist tendencies to try to put out content there, and I feel like it's helping me, so I really need to get over this weakness. Other weaknesses is maybe a lack of attention, a lack of ability to really focus on one thing at one time. I'm often distracted. You guys know I have a lot of interest. I talked about that. So that's one of my weaknesses. Also a strength though. Okay, X-rated. Tell us something naughty you've done. How about no? I've done so many naughty things. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to move on. Yesteryear. Your favorite year so far and why? I would say maybe my favorite year so far is last year. Last year, just because I felt like I had to grow up. I felt like I also committed to something which is on YouTube. I settled into my career as well. I want to push forwards, but I don't know how. Actually, most of my years aren't bad. I don't feel like there are any bad years so far. So picking a favorite year is really tough, especially when I don't remember what happens every single year. The last one is Zen. For Z for Zen. What do you do to relax, stay calm? I don't relax, I don't stay calm. I'm always moving from a state of anxiety to another, non-stop. That's how I roll. Even when I go for holidays overseas, I'm often worried about what happens, and I still go on solo trips, things like that. I am always anxious, I am always scared. I guess the only time I really kind of relax, I guess, is when I sleep. So sleeping might be the way. You know, people say meditation is relaxing. Honestly, it's not. Meditation is looking at your anxieties face on head on. It's looking at your anxieties head on and just staring at them and telling yourself, hey, they're just coming and coming, they're not you. You're fine. Just observe your anxieties. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little sharing session between me and you. Let me know what you want to know more about me. If you do, if you don't want to know more about me, just ask me to shut up. Just post down below, say shut up, and you can go feel free to dislike this video, because I have people who dislike all my videos and it's so confusing to me why people actually do that. And it's fine, because I think YouTube still takes it as some sort of engagement, so go ahead. There are people who are so irritating nowadays, also leaving comments and then deleting them ASAP so that it gets sent to me as a notification, and they delete it because they know they're gonna get backlash for it. So for those people, you can leave. I don't understand why you still bother to visit this channel, especially when I am clearly, doing pagan shit. Okay? I don't know what to say. I hate that I left this on such a negative note, but I enjoyed doing this tag. I really enjoyed sharing myself more with you guys, and I hope that authenticity comes across. I hope you guys enjoyed knowing more about me, and you guys have a great rest of the day. Okay? You take care. Bye!